So I had open mic number 8 last night, January 4th at Rich's on Sunday. Totally different experience from the other open mics, different venue. Um, this one's actually in a pool hall. I'll call it a pool hall because it's mostly pool tables. um, definitely different. So I was kind of gauging the laughs from the people that were in the front of the stage, most of them comics. So I got a few smiles, a few laughs, and now looking back, I know I feel like now it's better to go up prepared, meaning prepare the joke that you're gonna work on. And I know now, in fact, I know now that I need to recite what I'm going to do, like say it over and over, like say it, like recite the joke, so that way it's in my head and my memory is less prone to escaping me when I'm up there on stage. And then, man, and even like after that open mic, imposter syndrome set in. Like, dude, am I funny? It was big time. Not a cool feel. I mean, it's that. And I asked another local comic who's been doing it for a while. I asked him if he ever gets imposter syndrome, and he says, like, dude, I get it all the time. So I guess it's normal, um, to think that for whatever reasons it happens in our mind. Excuse me. So yeah, that was definitely a learning process. It's like everything. There's definitely something that I learned that's new from that particular mic, because it seems like every other one I've learned something about myself. Uh, so I guess I'll share some of my writing process at the moment. I just started writing this past week on an actual pen and paper, putting my ideas on pen and paper. I've also been typing them out on my computer, and I've been using research tools. I've been using like Gemini to research topics, and then I'm using another AI, like ChatGPT, to help me write jokes and get ideas and stuff like that. Which, excuse me, some of the jokes that have come from there, people laugh at them, which is cool. And then they also laugh at other jokes that I didn't make on AI. So it's like a combination of like everything. I listen to, like for instance, like Jerry Seinfeld. He says that they say that all he does is write with pen and paper. And I've listened to another guy on YouTube, the Joke Doctor or something. He does all his on computer. And so I don't want to put myself in like a particular box. Like I need to write only on paper, or I need to do it only on computer. I was talking to my wife about it yesterday too. She's like, just use what works for you. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, I don't have to do what everybody else is doing or what the most famous people are doing. Still get advice though, still see what they say, but you don't have to follow it like it's law. You know what I mean? I still have to develop who I am as a person and use what works for me. Another thing I'm thinking about, there's another local guy who wants to try um, comedy for the first time. I saw him out there again. I had seen him before at another open mic, and he was out there, and he was saying that he feels like he doesn't have enough material, and that he he might not go up. I was like, that's very understandable because when I went up my first open mic, I didn't have any material at all. It was just like, I mean, I had some idea, but looking back now, it's like I wish I had shoulda, coulda, woulda, right. But now looking back, I wish I would have had it more prepared, like I'm doing, wanting to do right now, is say it over and over and recite it. Uh, like back at open mic number one, and then now I'm looking at like reciting it and saying it over and over, and I'm like, well, and I'm doing that so that I can have some type of memory of the joke, because I feel like once I recite it and kind of memorize it, then I can then like my voice will come out. Be, you know what I mean? Like it'll come out naturally to what I'm thinking, because I feel like it's not going to be exactly verbatim on stage for the next open mic. I feel like it's just like it's like a guide, and the path may change, but you're still going in the general direction type of thing. And like the path is my comedic, my own personal voice, my personal comedic path. And the guide, the direction is like the general direction that I'm going. It's not a particular step, a particular pause, those types of things, those are the things that I'm learning to use to be funny, because it seems like I have to learn how to slow down, speed up, pause, let the audience understand what's happening, what I'm talking about, because I feel like a lot of the stuff that I'm writing is very cognitive, like very from my, like trying to translate what's happening in my brain to people. And I have to do that in a way to where, like, if like I can't throw them to into the middle of my thought, because they're gonna be lost, like totally lost. It's like dropping somebody in the middle of, somewhere, and they're like, where am I? I have to show them the set. I have to set it up for them. That's why they call it a setup. Now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, that's why they call it a setup. So you set them up. You let them know, like, this is the person, place, or thing. You're like telling a story, like person, place, thing, who, what, when, where, why, all that stuff. And then they have all that in their mind, and then you throw the punchline, like, boom, like they are in a space, right? And they know the surroundings, and they thought they were going a certain direction in those surroundings, and then you just hit them with something that's like they didn't expect in those surroundings. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense later on, whenever I'm writing jokes, or if even any comedians are listening to this and agree with it, that would be cool. Um, yeah. So that was my. Did I say eighth? I can't remember. I think it was eighth. Let me see. I think I wrote it down here. I think that's my eighth shot at open mic. Let's see. Last time was seven, I think. Sorry, guys. Once again, I gotta get prepared. Yeah, I wrote it down. I can't remember where. So there it is. Yeah. So last one was seven, which this was the first one of the new year of 2026, which is number eight. Let me write this down. Number eight. 1/4/26. Yeah. So that's my current thought right now. I could go longer and talk about more stuff, but excuse me. Probably do it in another video, about my life and stuff, what's going on. But see you guys later. Thanks for a lot for watching, for listening. Have a good one. Bye.